Hutus. On April 6, 1994, President Habyarimana's plane was shot down over Kigali, killing him and the president of Burundi. The perpetrators of the assassination remain unknown, but Hutu extremists blamed the RPF. Within hours, the genocide began. Moderate politicians were the first to be assassinated, including Prime Minister Agatha Uwilingiyimana. UN peacekeepers, UNAMIR, led by Canadian General Romeo Dallaire, were powerless under strict mandates and were later withdrawn after the murder of 10 Belgian soldiers. From April to July 1994, Rwanda descended into chaos. Roadblocks were set up, and Tutsis were identified by ID cards and executed on the spot. Churches, schools, and hospitals, places where people sought refuge, became mass killing sites. Neighbors turned on neighbors, families were wiped out, women were raped, and children were butchered. The genocide was meticulously planned. Lists of Tutsis were prepared. Arms were distributed to militias. State-run media directed killings in real time. And the international community, including the United Nations and powerful nations like the US and France, largely stood by. The world hesitated to call it genocide, fearing political and legal obligations to intervene. While the international community debated, the Rwandan Patriotic Front resumed its military campaign. Led by Paul Kagame, the RPF advanced from the north and east, slowly taking over the country. By mid-July 1994, the RPF had seized Kigali and effectively ended the genocide. The killers, government officials, and militias fled en masse to Zaire, now DRC, along with over 2 million Hutu civilians, sparking a massive refugee crisis. Then, over 1 million people dead. Mass graves and trauma across the nation. A collapsed economy and devastated infrastructure. Paul Kagame became de facto leader and later president. The RPF-led government prioritized stability, justice, and unity. However, freedom of speech and political dissent remain sensitive issues, and Kagame's long rule has drawn criticism for authoritarian tendencies. The Rwandan genocide stands as one of the darkest chapters of the 20th century. It reminds us of the consequences of hatred, propaganda, and silence in the face of evil. Yet Rwanda also symbolizes the resilience